What's up guys, it is Chris back with another watch video, and today we're going to take a look at a watch that is deceivingly simple. The design here is really well done. It's very straightforward, however at the same time kind of complicated. I really like this watch. Let's flip the camera and take a look. Sometimes a watch, especially a dive watch, when it has a simple design, it really works. It sort of resonates with collectors and people who aren't collectors. When you see the watch, you know it works. And today, I think we have one of those watches. This is Houtman, and they make dive watches, and this is their first watch, I believe. They are a brand that aren't going to Kickstarter, so these are actually available for purchase on their website right now. So if you are interested in one of these, definitely check out their website. I will put a link down in the description below. This is their initial offering. As I mentioned, it comes in really nice packaging. You have, I believe this is a 4-slot watch roll. So just unrolling this. Yep, 4 slots. It's made out of leather. It's signed the brand name right there. Open it up. Inside, you're getting a watch. So here is the watch right here. There are some similarities to existing designs, which I'm going to point out, but I really do think this is a very nice design considering it's their first offering, and I think they got it right the first time, which is not very common, so it's pretty rare. They also send over a rubber strap. This is a very thick rubber strap, very similar to, I believe they're called ISO frame straps. I'm not sure if this is one of them. I think those are pretty expensive. This is probably just a copy. And then there is a test report, so they actually test each one of these watches. This one is regulated, I think, to -2 seconds per day. I don't know if it's regulated to that or if it actually just the movement inside was that accurate to begin with. This gets a Miyota movement inside. It is a 9000 series, and this one does not have a date, so it's a 9039. The 39 is a dateless version of the 9015. And I think they're good looking movements. Obviously this is a dive watch, so it has a solid case back, so you cannot see the movement, but all in all, very good, very reliable movements. So you can see this is a very straightforward design. It sort of has a black and white theme. You have a white dial. It's a very bright white dial. Very simple, not a lot of text on here. It just has the logo for the brand. The brand logo is just the name, Houtman, and then it says automatic 200 meters of water resistance. You have a black bezel with white markings. You also have a black chapter ring with white markings, and then you have black applied indices with lume in them. That lume is a white lume. Same goes for the hands. You have black hands. Those are stick hands with white lume in them. So a really nice black and white theme to this dial. Now they make this in other colors, but I have to say this is probably the best color that I have seen this watch in. This looks really great in person. It's a bright, beautiful dial. I did a short reel on my Instagram of this watch at the beach, and it really did look at home. The case here is about 41 millimeters, I believe, so it's like 41.5 millimeters, somewhere in that range, 41.4. You have a lug to lug, which is around 50 millimeters at the lugs itself. But if you measure it at the bracelet, it's a little bit bigger. So it's 48.5 at the lugs. And then if you measure it at the bracelet itself, it's around 50.9, so around 51 millimeters, because you do have female end links on the bracelet, but they act like male end links a little bit. So there you go. And then you have a crown that is 6.8 millimeters. That is lumed. So you have a lume crown, lume bezel, and then of course there's lume on the indices and hands as well. Thickness on this watch is actually pretty good because you have a 9039 for a 200 meter dive watch with a screwed in crown and screwed in case back. 11.8 millimeters, so very, very good. This does get a interesting bracelet. The bracelet is not your typical dive watch bracelet. It's sort of a multi-link bracelet, and it actually is very smooth. It works really nicely, and you have big screws in there. The only complaint I would have is the buckle. So it's a typical micro brand buckle, which isn't bad. It's very functional. It's just sort of typical. I would like to see a little bit of micro adjust on the fly. I say this with all of my reviews these days, as I hope that micro brands start moving over to that, but they have not yet. It only has 3 positions of manual micro adjust, so I would like to see more in general so you can get a better fit. There are no half links, so obviously you would need a little bit more micro adjust to get a really good fit. There are screws. The screws are big, as I mentioned, so a really nice screwed in bracelet. Solid end links, just a very solid feeling watch. The case itself is finished really nice. You have quick release on the bracelet as well, just wanted to mention that. You have brushing on the sides, you have polishing that goes along the top of the case around the lugs. There's also a chamfered edge on the bottom, which just is there for just making it a little bit nicer, I guess, just to make sure that there's no sharp edge on the bottom. Everything on the watch feels very nice and is nicely finished. The bezel and the bezel action, very good here. The bezel has a ceramic insert, I believe, and if that is wrong, I will put a comment down in the description just to correct that. However, obviously the insert inspired by the 50 fathoms, you could definitely see that. The script, sort of that little box at the top, definitely looks like, or diamond, looks like a 50 fathoms bezel, which is not bad. Let's listen to the action. Really good action. Sounds really good, feels really good, and obviously I have very dry hands, so gripping it was easy for me, so you can see that. Crown, also very grippy, really smooth as well. I noticed that this was very smooth when changing the time. And you have a 9039, so there's no ghost date or anything like that. Hacks hand winds because it is a 9039. Great movement inside. So this is, I believe, $435. They offer a special. I think there's a special right now. I think the price is $435 right now. Like I mentioned, they don't have a Kickstarter or anything like that. These are available on their website right now. If you like this watch, you can go and buy this watch. And I have to say, it's a very good looking watch. So very quickly, I'm going to throw it on my wrist. We'll do a Lume shot as well because the Lume is very good on this watch. So today I am wearing my Moon Swatch on a aftermarket strap. I've been wearing this for a little while. I'm going to be doing a video about the Moon watch, basically the Moon Swatch, excuse me, and a little bit of a strap fashion show, I guess you can call it. But I'm going to also be talking about the watch itself a little bit in that video because I have a little bit more feedback that I have from wearing it for so long now. And here it is. So you can see on my 7.5 inch wrist, it's a 41.5 millimeter watch. It's about 11 millimeters thick, 11.8 millimeters, somewhere in that neighborhood. It looks good on my 7.5 inch wrist. $435, I think, is a really good price for this watch, and I think the design really works. They borrow a little bit from other brands, like I said, the 50 fathoms, but not heavily. So it's not a copy of any of those. It's a very simple, straightforward design. It works. It works really well, in my opinion, especially this white dial. This is a beautiful dial. Anyway, very quickly, I'm going to shut off the lights and I'm going to charge the watch and we're going to do a quick Lume shot. There you go. Very nicely loomed. You have Lume on the bezel, Lume on the indices, the hands, the crown. Everything is nicely applied with Lume as well. Very liberally applied. Very bright. They did a very good job on this watch. Everything about it is just very straightforward. And the design is done well. They didn't overdo anything. They didn't really underdo anything either. So just right, the sweet spot, I think, for a lot of people this watch would hit. And it's a very good size as well. 41 millimeters is not huge. It's not small either, so I think it would fit a lot of wrists as well. This is a crowd pleaser in my opinion. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I also like that they use the 9039 rather than an NH35, rather than an ETA movement, keeping the price down as well and keeping it on the thinner side because you have an 11.8 millimeter thickness. So it's not an incredibly thick watch, but it's not an incredibly thin watch. It has good wrist presence. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys think of this watch. I like it, obviously, so tell me what you guys think. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.